Hi, I'm Anne Sermons Gillis, and I'm the founder of the EZosophy philosophy. That's the philosophy of ease. And it may not be a very popular topic because when you talk about spirituality, when you talk about talents and gifts, you usually don't think about ease. People think about suffering and gaining from suffering. People think about love, harmony, peace, but not ease so much. So in the 80s, I began to introduce the idea of ease into the spiritual dialogue because we suffered so much and we suffered over things that we didn't need to suffer about. And the bottom line to the belief that births this kind of suffering is that life is hard. Now, life is hard, but it's not hard all the time. And everything is not hard. But if we have just this life is hard, then the ego uses that against us. And it makes up all these rules. Oh, I know how I'm going to get you to make life is hard. I'm going to get your perception to see the bad thing in everything you look at. And I'm going to tell you that you need to accomplish a lot because you're just a wonderful person and I'm going to be there supporting you all the time. And then when you do accomplish something, then what's going to happen is I'm going to go, nah, I don't think so. You're too great for that. You're just scratching the surface. You're only using 10% of the brain. You can do more. You can do more. And so there's never any kind of rest for us. The ego nails this to-do list on our forehead every morning and we get up and we go, gosh, can I rest? Can I just rest? The ego wants us to be so important. It says you should be important. People should recognize you. Do they know who you are? Well, the idea of importance is just made up by the ego. Can you imagine Martin Luther King getting up in the morning and say, I need to do something really important. What could that be? Maybe I'll start a civil rights movement and that'll show people. That'll show people what a great person I am. No, he just did what he did and people thought he was great because he followed his heart, but he wasn't out about doing something important. And the ego will tell us that we have to be positive. But however, do you know people that are really radiant and happy and beautiful, they don't go around saying, I'm a very positive person. Most of the people that I know that say I'm a very positive person are so negative that I almost feel like I'm wilting in their presence. So the ego has got all these things, these techniques and tools that make us miserable. And so when we wake up to that, it was like, aha, you know what? I'm going to begin to perceive things a different way. And if I'm right here in reality and just do the day-to-day things without judgment, then I'm going to begin to feel better about life. And as we begin to feel better about life, what happens is our intuitive knowing comes, and just like Martin Luther King, we begin to jump up in the morning and say, this is mine to do. And if we don't know what ours is to do, it's like, what is the next step for me to take? That's a 12-step program. What is that next step I need to take? I don't have to figure out the rest of my life because that figuring out the rest of our lives really is an ego tool that says, I've got to manage and control everything. And no, we don't have to manage and control everything. As a matter of fact, we can't. That is an illusion. That is a joke. I mean, it feels good. We don't want to be out of control, and I'm not talking about that, like being willy-nilly and not planning for our lives. For example, if I had an appointment somewhere, I'm going to plan to be there on time and look at my clock. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about a different kind of control, a kind that we just got this oppressive energy over life so that it can't move under our watch. It's like in our watch, nothing really good can happen because we are trying to control everything. We're trying to mold it into our preconceived notions of how things should be. So EZosophy is about letting go of that control. It's living a more surrendered life. It's beginning to follow our intuition and live from our intuition. And it acknowledges that life is hard, but life is not hard all the time. So this is Easy Anne. I hope you're having a wonderful day. And I want you to know that I love you. This is the way I end all of my videos because I think it's wonderful just to spread love. And whether I know you personally or not, I want you to take this knowing that I'm saying I love you. That's a message from the cosmos delivered by me.